And that is a wrap on 2023. And for Lego investors, what a year that this was. For me, with my Lego investing business, this has been one of the best years that I've ever had, both on the sourcing side and buying incredible inventory, and on the sales side. I've had a really solid year for my Lego investing business, and what I'm seeing from other people in my communities and different things, there's just been a lot of success out there in the marketplace. Now, in this video, I want to talk about what are my observations from 2023. What are some of the things that we saw happen this year in the Lego investing market? What were the deals like overall? What is my current outlook and feeling about the Lego investing opportunity? And then I'm going to talk about a little bit of an award show where I'm going to share some Lego sets that were one of my better investments, one of my worst or underperforming investments. What is a set that I missed out on this year that I did not buy at the end of 2022 and I wish that I did? What is a set that surpassed my expectations this year? And then I'm going to share some things about my business and how things have gone this year. What is an achievement that I'm really proud of this year? What is one of my better decisions from 2023? What is the biggest challenge that I had in my Lego investing business in 2023? What is the biggest lesson that I've had in my business in 2023? And lastly, I'm going to close this out by talking about my outlook for 2024 and what I'm seeing on the horizon and what I'm looking forward to this year in 2024. So that's what we're going to do here. And folks, Happy New Year if you are a Lego investor. However the year has gone for you, maybe you are like me and you've been maxing out on the deals and making a lot of sales, or maybe you are brand new to Lego investing and you're looking at 2024 as your entry point. This should be helpful for you to learn about how the last year has gone in the Lego investing game. So let's just jump in with some of my quick thoughts on the last year of Lego investing. Now for me, 2023 was one of my best years in multiple different areas since I started Lego investing back in 2017. And one of these areas that I think 2023 was abnormally excellent is in the area of being able to get deals. Now, wherever you are in the world, this may be different for you, but in the US market, which is where my business is based, some of the deals that we've been able to buy over the last couple of months have been absolutely incredible. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and all of November 2023, but also October and December were just packed with incredible Lego deals. Now, there are a number of different reasons for this, but a lot of it is down to retailer competitivity. In the US market, you have Amazon, Walmart, and Target head to head and competing with each other. But then you also have other large retailers like Macy's, Best Buy, Kohl's, all getting involved when it comes to running deals, trying to drop prices, and trying to bring users to their website or to the stores to make sales. This heavy competition between the retailers leads to heavy price drops and price matching across the board. And this year we were spoiled because Amazon were not really the leaders on some of this price drops over the last couple of months. In fact, Target and Walmart both had insane Lego deals this Q4 that we've just come out of, with both retailers having many half-price sets or 40% off sets, and the inventory that was available at those prices was actually really strong. These were not sets that had no demand, nobody wanted, and they were trying to get rid of them. Some of these sets were really highly demanded, highly sought after inventory that was dropped in price significantly. Now that, to me, is the golden goose opportunity that we are looking for, right? We want really high quality sets that people love at great prices. And so the last couple of months for me have just been packed with opportunity. Now, the great thing about prices dropping and the ability to go out and get them for great prices is that I'm also kind of noticing in 2023 that there are fewer people getting involved with Lego investing. In terms of new Lego investors jumping in, we definitely saw fewer people jumping in 2023 than in previous years. During COVID in 2020, we saw a surge in this, and then 2021 and 2 were similar. But in 2023, I'm noticing less new investors jumping in, and I'm seeing that across my content creation business, but also on some Lego sets. When I look at the supply that's out there, I'm seeing really low supply numbers on some of these recently retired sets, causing some of the prices to already be skyrocketing a week after retirement as I'm filming this in early January. With sets like the Lego Modular Police Station being $350 in early January, it retired a week ago for $200. And we're already seeing that surge in price because of the low supply on Amazon in the US. And in addition to my observation about the supply coming down a little bit in 2023, I actually think demand is continuing to increase on Lego sets overall. We're seeing Lego as a toy, as a brand, being at an all-time high when it comes to popularity and demand. And this just does not seem to be slowing down anytime soon. So overall, my feeling about the Lego market right now is very positive. And 2023, I think, was a great year when it comes to the balancing of supply and demand, setting us up for a great 2024 when it comes to price growth on retired Lego sets. And for me, all of this combined just makes me feel like the Lego investing game has never been better, and I'm feeling really optimistic coming into 2024 about my Lego investing business and my plans for this year. So those are some quick thoughts on 2023 overall, but what are some specific sets? What are some specific things that I noticed in 2023? Let's just jump in. And I'm going to start this off with my favorite investment of the year. And this is one of my highest performers. I did have other sets that performed similarly in terms of return on investment, but the reason that this is the one that I picked to talk about here is because this set grew to this price in just 4 months. So this is one of those sets that had a great return on investment, but it actually did it very, very quickly after retirement. I'm talking about the Clone Trooper Command Station. This is a simple little kind of battle pack set, $15. You could have bought it at the end of 2022 on lego.com, and by April of 2023 this set was selling for $42. So again, could have bought it for 15. 4 months later it was selling for 42, and that's if you paid full MSRP. But if you got some gift with purchases, some cash back and different things, you could have got it maybe down to about $12 purchase price, sold it for 42 4 months later. If you bought a lot of them, you're doing pretty well at that point. And so this is one that I just think was a standout performer last year, and it's interesting because it is a set that some people in my community were really going big on, but other people were ignoring completely, and in the public Facebook groups I wasn't really seeing much talk about this set. I think it flew under the radar a little bit, and for me this was just a great example of what is possible with some of those lower price Star Wars sets like the battle packs and different things, what they can actually do in retirement. So the Clone Trooper Command Station is my high performer of the year because it got to that high price in such a small period of time. And again, I had other sets that performed similarly, such as the Ahsoka Brickhead set and others, but this one I just think was a great example of what is possible. Now, what is my underperformer of the year? What is a set that I bought at the end of 2022 and I expected it to grow more in price during 2023? This one is the Lego Star Wars Darth Vader Meditation Chamber, and this is a funny one because I think there were a lot of Lego investors that were excited about this set. It was a Walmart exclusive when this set was available on shelves, and for that reason I think a lot of people just assumed that it would do great as an investment, but as it turned out, the demand on this set has not been nearly high enough, and throughout 2023 this set has not really gone very far. It had a $70 MSRP, and around the end of 2023 it was selling for somewhere in the region of $85 to $90, so barely even went up by $15 to $20 in the space of a year. This was certainly an underperformer. Now, I didn't pay $70 for my units of this set, I got them for $50, so at that point I'm not losing money, I'm a little bit profitable on it, but I had much higher hopes for this set, and it's definitely one of the first ones to come to mind when I think about underperformer and disappointment from 2023. Now, next up, what is a set that I missed out on in 2023? What is a set that retired the previous year that I wish that I bought because I actually didn't invest in, and in 2023 we saw a lot of price growth and a lot of strong performance from this set? This is the Lego Batman Classic Batmobile, and this is one that I for some reason did not buy. I know the reason actually. The reason was because I couldn't get it at a good enough price, and I didn't want to pay full MSRP for this set, but I probably should have, because even at full MSRP this turned out to be a pretty solid investment. This was a $30 Lego set, so you could have bought it for $30. It was exclusive to Walmart, but 4 months after retirement in April of 2023 it was selling for $65. So once again, that is more than doubling in price, but the thing that interests me so much here is the short time period. It doubled in price in 4 months. So whenever we see that kind of thing happening, I just wish that I got involved with that, because I love to be able to get that short turnover and go ahead and sell out of a set after just 4 months if it has a solid return on investment. Now, if you were able to get some cash back and credit card points and different things when you were buying this set, then you wouldn't have paid $30 for it. You should have been able to get it at a bit of a better price. Some people did get it at that better price, and then you're selling it for $65. You're doing pretty well. And I didn't buy any units of the classic TV series Batmobile. I wish, of course, that I jumped in on this one. Now, moving on, what is a Lego set that surprised me this year? What is a set that I didn't expect to do what it ended up doing? What is a set that retired at the end of 2022, and during 2023 it either performed way more than I expected or way under what I expected? Now, I just talked about the Darth Vader Meditation Chamber that underperformed, so here I'll give one that surprised me in a positive way. This is a set that overperformed my expectation, and this was the Old Trafford Manchester United Stadium set. This is one of those creator expert icons football stadiums, and it was a $300 set. Now, everybody in the US had the opinion that these stadiums would be poor investments because the demand for soccer in the US is of course a lot lower than it is in other parts of the world. And this is not a wrong statement. Of course, the demand is lower for the Old Trafford Manchester United Stadium in the US than it would be in the UK. However, However, supply is also super low because a lot of investors were not buying this set. And I actually invested in the Camp Nou Barcelona stadium set because I was able to get it at a really, really good price. And so I bought a few of those, but I did not invest in the Old Trafford Manchester United Stadium. It was a $300 set. Right now on Amazon, just over a year after retirement, it's selling for $560. So it is almost at the point of doubling in price, but that is if you paid full MSRP for it. If you were able to get it for $250 or $220 or something like that, you are doing really, really well at this point with the Manchester United Stadium set. And again, that's just 1 year after retirement, and it is a high price set, so you would have been able to invest a lot of money in one SKU and come out with a really solid return on investment. So I think that this is one that a lot of Lego investors were really wrong on, and this is a good lesson for us to learn about the importance of supply on Lego sets, because if the set is undersupplied, like what we're seeing with the Manchester United Stadium, then we do have the ability for the price to quickly climb. So this is one that surprised me a little bit in the last year. I'm pleasantly surprised, and I'm happy for any of you out there who invested in the Manchester United Stadium Lego set. So those are some quick awards for some Lego sets in 2023. Now I want to talk a little bit about my business. What are some things that happened in my business? What are some things I'm proud of, decisions that I made, and different things like that? I'll start off with what is something I'm really proud of from 2023 when it comes to my Lego business. And of course, I have two Lego businesses. One of them is actually selling and investing in Lego sets, and the other one is this, making videos about it and teaching people how to do it. And for all of the others, I will give examples from my actual Lego investing side of things, but for this one, for something I'm really proud of, is really just the success that I've seen from some of the people that I work with in the Lego investing space. So I have the benefit of not only selling Lego sets and actually doing this stuff and making money by selling Lego sets, but also talking to and working with other Lego investors all the time. And my biggest thing that I'm proud of from 2023 has been the success of other people, because I've seen some really great success from some of the people that are inside of my membership, my programs, and different things in 2023, including one of my members who didn't know anything really about Lego investing until halfway through 2022. And throughout 2023, he built his business to 6 figures in e-commerce. And now he has opened a brick and mortar Lego store, and he's already selling 6 figures of product after just 2 months. And those kinds of stories from the people who have worked with me with their Lego investing business just make me incredibly proud and thankful that I get to work with all these great people all the time. So that is definitely what I'm most proud of, is the success of some of the people who have gone through my membership program and different things over the last year. And what is my biggest challenge from 2023? My biggest challenge for me, I think, would be in the area of liquidating stuff that I didn't want to keep any longer. This is a mindset shift that a lot of us have to get into when you build your business to a certain point. In the early days of Lego investing, I really didn't want to sell anything at a loss ever. I always wanted to sit on everything until the values went up. But when you get to scale and when compounding becomes more important and you have a system in place, then keeping bad inventory is not the best way to go. And so in 2023, I got super strict with myself about liquidating any poor performers. And I made a video about this. I actually liquidated all of my old Porsche 911 Technic sets to get the money back so I could reinvest it in new inventory in Q4, which turned out to be the best decision because the deals that I was able to get in Q4, again, like I mentioned, were amazing. And so now that cash is back working for me again in sets that are growing actively in price. But while the Porsche was sitting on my shelf before it ever retired, that money was tied up and it was not doing anything productive. And so I left that money there for too long. I should have liquidated that stuff way sooner. I teach people in my programs to liquidate the stuff whenever they need the cash flow, and I myself wasn't doing that because I was just focused on other activities and bringing in new inventory and different things, and I was letting that sit there. And so that was a mistake that I was making in my business. And in 2023, we decided to finally take action on liquidating some of those sets that were just sitting there that had not yet retired. Now, luckily, most of the liquidations we still broke even because we always buy our Lego inventory at a good price, and that allows for a margin of safety. So even if you have to sell it at the MSRP, you could still get your money back. And that is how I make sure that even if we have to liquidate something, we don't lose money. So finally liquidating older inventory, that was the big challenge that we had to work through, and most of it was a mindset challenge, but I feel like we've gotten a lot better at that in our business now, and we know exactly what we're going to do going forward. Now, next up, I want to mention my best decision from 2023. Now, this one was a little harder because I think there was quite a few that I could talk about here, but one that stands out to me, I distinctly remember at the start of last year, I was starting to consider not investing in low price sets anymore. I was starting to consider, should I be pivoting my strategy only to into higher price sets, because as you get to a point where you need to deploy more amounts of money and you are scaling your business and you have a larger amount of capital that you are turning over each year, it is easier to do larger sets. You can deploy more money at a given time. Your storage systems and your sourcing and everything can just be easier. So I was considering moving in that direction. And some people that I work with, that's exactly what they do. They have a larger business, multiple six figures, and so they just focus on larger sets so they can deploy all that money much easier. Now, I was thinking about going that direction, and I'm glad that I didn't, because as we saw over the last year, a lot of really strong performers came from smaller sets, and we're seeing that with Clone Trooper Command Station, like I mentioned, and the classic TV series Batmobile, but we're also seeing other sets like the Ahsoka Brickheads, the Buzz Lightyear Brickheads, the 3-in-1 Fish Tank, and many other small sets in the last year that actually had really strong performance as investments. Some of them I invested in and others I did not invest in, but across the board, I'm just glad that I did not remove smaller sets from my strategy. And to this day, I still invest in small sets and large sets. Both have a place in my business. So I think that that decision for me was a good one to continue to stay course and keep investing in those smaller sets. Now on to what was my biggest lesson of 2023. What was something that I learned last year that I think is going to be important for me going forward? And this one for me is really that I don't need to keep growing forever. And this is going to be interesting. Some of you might be surprised to hear me say this, but I think in 2023, I decided to make peace with a certain size that I want my business to be, and that I actually don't need to go much further than that. Most people believe that you got to keep growing your business forever and ever. But here's the thing. I have a certain lifestyle that I want to be able to live, and certain plans for travel and different things like that. And I want my business to serve me. I don't want to serve my business, if that makes sense. And when I think about how big I could grow my Lego investing business, I think we could get to a point where we have a large team and a large warehouse doing multiple millions of dollars in sales of Lego sets every year. And I know the road to get there. I've got friends who are doing it that way. But for me in 2023, I became clear that that's really not what I want for my life. And the workload that would be involved with running a multiple millions of dollar warehouse for e-commerce every year is just not really what I want for my future. Instead, what my goals are for the Lego investing business is for it to get to a point where it is easily maintainable and manageable without taking much time out of our lives, and essentially making it as close to a passive business as possible while still having an incredible cash flow from it each year. Now, I don't want anyone to believe that this is passive. Lego investing is not a passive income. So what my goals really are for this is to find the perfect balance between workload and cash flow. And that basically means figuring out a way that this business is not taking up too much time out of our week, but is still paying a great return on investment every single year. And there's essentially a sweet spot that you can grow a Lego investing business to, that it still can be done in just a couple of hours every week, but it can still pay you incredible profits each year. And for me, that is a couple of $100,000 of sales each year. I think that that is the sweet spot in my opinion. It can be done in a smaller amount of space, in less time, but then it can still pay you the equivalent of a full-time salary for some people out there. So that is the goal for my wife and I for our Lego investing business, so that we can continue to live a good balanced life in terms of workload and travel and enjoying our lives and different things like that. So what this really means for us is that we're actually going to stop growing the business at a certain point, and we're actually almost there. Next year we will continue to grow a bit, but at that point we're going to stop reinvesting profits. We're going to start taking cash off the table. Now, we've taken cash out of our business consistently over the last couple of years, but we've reinvested more than we've taken out. And that balance is going to shift a little bit over the next couple of years to the point where we're taking more profits out and we're keeping the inventory at a certain level of a couple of $100,000 in sales each year. And after that, we're not going to seek to continue to grow exponentially with this Lego investing business. We're going to be happy with this incredible asset that we have built that is paying us cash flow each year, where we have implemented systems and it's running like clockwork each year, and it doesn't involve us having to be in warehouses for 12 hours a day. So that is my goal for the Lego investing business, and this was the biggest lesson of 2023 for me, because I had to come to terms with this and realize that this was the goal, and that we don't need to reinvest and grow exponentially, and having this business pay us cash flow year in, year out is actually really what we are trying to achieve. So those are some of the things that happened in 2023, some of my thoughts, some of the lessons that I've learned, some of the big things that have happened, and what am I thinking about 2024? How do I look forward at this year? Well, firstly, like I said at the start, I think that 2023 has propped us up for success success this year. I'm super excited about watching the prices grow over the next couple of months. We are already seeing sets, like I mentioned, the police station modular, $350 on Amazon after a week of retirement. It was a $200 set, but we're seeing the same thing on multiple other sets. We're seeing Thor's hammer at $160. We're seeing Birds of Paradise flying up in price and a lot of other sets as well. So I'm already excited about what's ahead here for the sets that I've just loaded up on in the last couple of months. But also the retirement list this year is looking really strong, and I'm very excited about the opportunities to source great inventory this year. And for me personally, one of the big things I'm excited about this year is getting even better when it comes to using data for my buying decisions. And inside of my Patreon community, for example, we have bots that help us to get great deals and different things, and we're working on some really cool extra tools there so that we can easily identify all the best opportunities, get the best deals before everybody else and all of that stuff. So one of the things I'm most excited about for 2024 is some of the things that we have coming inside of BrickBucks Ignite, because they're going to be absolutely game-changing tools. And on top of that, of course, it is what I mentioned before. It is taking some of the cash flow out of my business, making sure that my wife and I enjoy our reward for our hard work over the last couple of months. And you should do this too. Make sure if you've been working hard over the last couple of months in your Lego investing business, buying up all these deals, making tons of sales, that you are taking a reward for yourself or rewarding the people around you who have supported you in your business. So that's it, folks. Welcome to 2024. I'm pumped for what lies ahead for us this year. It's going to be a phenomenal year. And if you are just getting started with Lego investing, make sure that you get my book on how to pick Lego sets, because honestly, this is going to cut years of time off your learning about how to pick Lego sets to invest in. I'll leave a link for that down in the description down below, so make sure you grab that. And with that, thank you so much for watching. Happy New Year from BrickBucks, and make sure to lift off and be free.